Hello everyone, this is CocoaMix. Thank you for tuning in. Today we'll be looking at a set of cards right from the neural network output. Today we have a file I was generated using the classic MTG model. This model is trained on all cards excluding the weird stuff like vanguards and unset cards, planes, all the non-regular cards, and also excludes flavor text and reminder text. So the only output you get is rules text, and it's very stable most of the time. And it was output at training level 200 and temperature 1.3. Let's get right into it. First card is Talaria Sold Whale Ad. It's a sorcery, no cost, with Delve, and exile an instant or sorcery card in your graveyard. You exile X cards from your graveyard. If you do, it gains whenever this creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to that creature. Out the gate with the first card. Nonsense. A lot of stuff wrong with this. You can't even cast it. Not even with, I don't think, yeah, you can't even cast this with Delve. And like even if you can cast this, because X is not defined, you gotta you yourself get to pick what X is, so you can pick any number here. I'm not sure why you would be wanting to exile cards from your graveyard. And the it gains, I would assume that would be talking about the cards you're exiling, but yeah, none of this makes sense. Next card. Channeling Skeleton. It's white for a 1/3 artifact creature boar bird with blue and green for tap, discard a card. Add an amount of white equal to Channeling Skeleton's loyalty abilities. It doesn't have loyalty abilities. And even if it did, what would that mean? Like if it had a +2, do you get 2 white? That's up to your interpretation. Goblin Gut Houses. 2 and a white for a 1/4 artifact creature construct. For blue, Goblin Gut Houses can't be blocked this turn. It's fine. 3 for a 1/4 is... Actually, no, this is not fine. This is pretty terrible. I'm not sure what the rate is for 1/4s, but I think 3 for this is probably not a good rate. Should look that up later. Also, this effect exists already, and I'm not of the opinion to include effects that already exist for Robo Rosewater. Monstrous Rareganger. White for a 1/1 elemental with vigilance. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Monstrous Rareganger. That's a good card. I would pick that. Non-tokens in a white deck. I mean, if white usually deals with a lot of tokens, but this should be pretty doable. I like it. New Botter for white and aura. Enchant creature. New Botter enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, and enchanted creature gets +1/+1. The counters on the enchantment don't do anything unless you have a way to move them, but this is effectively just white for +1/+1 on a creature, which I don't care for. Brutal Knight. 2 and a black for a 1/1 Kavu Berserker. You may exert Brutal Knight as it attacks. When you do, it gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Yeah, why would you ever do that? This card is so bad. 3 for a 1/1. What order did it do it in? Oh, it even did the cost first, and then it made it a 1/1 anyways. Man, that sucks. Yeah, you go to attack, you exit it. Haha, you thought it was going to attack? Not today. Kuntavoon Carry. 1 black for a 3/2 legendary zombie. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Put an indestructible counter on Kuntavu and Carry. If you would create one or more tokens, investigate. Don't you get tokens? So it goes infinite. It goes infinite on its own. 1 in a green, this gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Why would you ever do that? And this just doesn't happen because it's not an activated ability. I could see this working if it was a ETB, but as is, this part doesn't work. And you would never use this. So it's just, you create a token and you go infinite. Draw game. Worm's Fire, 2 and a black for a sorcery. Any player may cast creature spells as though they had flash. So this is a rare case of the bot sometimes not understanding that perpetual effects should not go on instants and sorceries. Normally you would see this on a creature or an enchantment, literally just a permanent. In this case, this just sets up a perpetual effect that you can't get rid of. It's like essentially having an emblem, but not even an emblem. That's fun. Nurkware Mall, 1 and a green for a 1/3. Skeleton, wow. Activated abilities of equipment causes you cast an instant or sorcery spell. There's some wording mishap going on here. If we could clean this up, you could potentially interpret this as whenever you activate an ability of an equipment, you can also cast a spell at the same time. That's a really loose interpretation. In any case, though, I would not submit this. New Lion Escape. 3 green for tribal sorcery. Should probably update that to say Kindred. That'll probably happen in the next bot training. We'll change that from tribal to Kindred. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card in it. Reveal the top card of your library. Until the beginning of the end step, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card in it. So you have to know what's in your deck and go look for it. But you don't get to move it, you just get to look for it. And then you reveal the top card of your library. Until the beginning of the end step. It's not the next end step, it's just the end step. There's some weird shenanigans going on in this card. I love the wording. I am considering this, adding this to my next submission file. So you could possibly see this one on the Twitter. White Leather, the Tribute. 1 red, white for a 2/4 legendary Treefolk Druid ally. Whenever White Leather or another non-token first creature you control dies, flip a coin. If you lose a flip, White Leather deals 3 damage to you. Already off to a bad start. First Strike is an activated ability. Reveal any number of basic land cards in your graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. How do you First Strike as an activated ability? Do you just declare this creature has First Strike and now you get to do the ability? I don't know how that works. That's up to interpretation, I guess. And then reveal any number of basic land cards in your graveyard. They are already revealed. So just show your opponent, hey look, they're in my graveyard. And I'm not sure what you put the counter on. Put the counters on your graveyard. Probably. This card is also nonsense. So many of these are nonsense. Maybe I should turn the temperature down. Invent Twin. 1 Rakdos for a creature with no power toughness. So it just dies. But with the ability destroy target angel, its controller gets 2 counters with 3 or more counters on it. Kicker, Tuna Black. It doesn't even use a kicker. And here is a case where the bot didn't fill in what kind of counter it's supposed to get. Normally, it substitutes the counter name with a % sign, and then at the end of the generation, it's supposed to have an extra field here. It would be like right here where it defines the name of the counter. And this time it didn't do that, so it just gets left as a % sign. This card sucks. It doesn't make sense. Hometus Forge Guard. 1 for an artifact with equip 1. It's not even equipment, but we'll roll with it. Equipped creature has menace. This is the most boring card. Next. Narc Breast Braider. 2 for a 6/3 artifact rat with banding. This card has banding. Good job, bot. Toxic 3. Ooh. Can band with Toxic? Let's do that. And whenever a non-basic land attacks, draw a card. I don't think your basic lands are attacking anyways, unless you have Awaken. And that's really hard to come by in AI land anyways. I love this card. This has everything going for it. Banding with Toxic, 2 for a 6/3. It's a rat. Rat is, I just like the creature type rat. Whenever a non-basic land attacks, draw a card. That's literally when anything attacks, including your opponent's creatures. So that's so many cards. So much Toxic. I love it. And our final card in the set, Ratchet Seed. 3 for an artifact clue equipment. Does it inherently have the clue ability? That'll be something to look into. It has abilities attacking forest you control, get +1/+1. Okay. It goes hand in hand with our whenever not. Oh no, because it's a non-basic land. So even if you animate your forests, you don't get to draw a card. So your forests get +1/+1 if they attack. And 2 in a red, sacrifice Ratchet Seed. It deals that much damage to target player or planeswalker. How much damage? Doesn't specify. So 0, probably 0. Overall, I think we had some interesting things in here. Where was it? Yeah, I'm definitely going to add this to my submission set. I'll throw up an image here of what it looks like completed. And I think there was a second one in here that I liked. This one was interesting. And maybe it's just those 2. We'll see. Thank you for watching. Until next time, have a good day.